So what's blocking your blessings and stopping your success? It's self-sabotage. And today I want to go over how we can overcome the cycles of self-sabotage, the behavioral patterns that so many of us navigate through in order to really live in the fullest light and life that you deserve to experience. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to The Journey with Janine. Janine here. And for all of those of you who are coming back, welcome back. So glad to have you. And for all my new folks, this is a space where we talk about all things mindset, harnessing your magic, and making the most out of your personal journey. So self-sabotage, I think we've all been there in some season of our life, and maybe some of us are still navigating that. And what I think is so crazy about self-sabotage is whether we're consciously aware of it or not, it's something that we use as a coping mechanism. And what I found is that a lot of times we employ self-sabotage, again, consciously or subconsciously, because we are seeking control. And while it's like, well, why would I want to control my life and exercise negative habits or attributes of myself here? Well, the reason is because the way that our brain works is that if we can know that we can withstand a negative experience because it's familiar, but we know what to expect, that is oftentimes more comfortable than the unknown of a potentially positive experience, but we're not for sure if it's gonna go positive or negative. So instead of going down the route that can lead us to something better, but we have to go through unknown and discomfort of unknown first, and we don't have that layer and ability to control, we would rather oftentimes take the route of the familiar and sabotage our success, sabotage our future and our abundance by leaning into experiences that feel familiar. Procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. It's delaying an emotion that we are not ready or desiring to experience so that instead we can stay connected to the comfort of the one that we currently possess. So let's say you have a large project that you need to do, or an assignment, or something for work, or even a difficult conversation that you need to have with someone. Instead of saying, okay, I don't want to do this, but I know that it's something that requires my attention and that needs to get done, we'll say, I'm not emotionally ready to approach whatever that experience is, so I'm just gonna stay right here. But what that does is while we're delaying that emotion, we then incur more stress, we then incur more anxiety, and we have this experience of rush that we have to navigate when we are doing that experience, whether the thing that we're delaying is then late, or if we don't have as much time, so we're not as prepared for whatever we're going to encounter. Those are all things that are essentially laying the groundwork for self-sabotage. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to take personal responsibility and I'm going to tap into my personal power and I'm going to go ahead and lean into preparation. How can I get prepared for this experience that I'm about to walk into? Maybe I need to take a couple of breaths first. Even though this is uncomfortable, I know that I'm capable. Even though this is uncomfortable, I know that this is going to be temporary. This feeling that I'm feeling is temporary and I can overcome this. So taking breaths, maybe even moving the body. Doing a workout right before you have to do something that makes you really feel uncomfortable or that challenges you emotionally and mentally is a great way to bridge the gap between that mental emotion and the physical sensation of you overcoming something hard. When we working out of course is like great for so many reasons. Of course you can have body goals and get the ideal body composition that you want, but strength, not only physical strength, but mental strength. What our body is able to endure, our mind also can surpass. So working out provides such a great foundation of mental strength, agility, and ability because we're training the physical muscles and the mental muscles to be able to endure. And while we love all things love and light and, harnessing your magic and finding ease and flow, there's also a really important component that hardship and endurance and discomfort and challenge offer us That's what keeps us evolving. How are you evolving? Getting motivation from external sources, whether it's videos or podcasts or what have you, those are great. That helps continue to sharpen your blade. However, it's so important that you figure out within yourself what is going to get you out of bed in the morning. What's going to inspire you to be the fullest version of yourself and allow you to really embark on a path and be excited and be diligent and be focused and committed to whatever actions that you have to do. If you've got to write a paper, write the best freaking paper that you can write, because you know that that paper is a stepping stone to whatever it is that's coming next. If you have to go to your job, maybe that's not where you want to be in 10, 20 years, maybe even not even 5 years. However, while you're there, utilize that as a playground for you to acquire different skills and information and knowledge so that you can then apply that to whatever it is that your dreams are. Everything that's around us can be used as a tool to prepare us for what's coming next, to prepare us to embody and acquire the best and highest version of ourselves. What are you using? What tools around you are you maximizing and utilizing in order to sharpen yourself, sharpen your mind, your skills, your capabilities, your vision, and sharpen your execution to be proud of who you are? I invite you to take a moment of reflection. Think about yourself right now, and maybe it's better to close your eyes. Think about who you are, how you identify yourself. Maybe think about one of the proudest moments that you've had in your life. And then I want you to think about a moment that you're not very proud of, how you felt in that moment. As you go on this journey with yourself, navigating your highs and lows and working towards this vision of who you can become, what is at the end of that road for you? Who is that person? Who are you seeking to become at your highest of high? And what things right now are in your way mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, socially, that are preventing you from being able to live in that light, in that possibility? Maybe you choose one and work on that today. Start the plan, perfect the vision, figure out what resources you need around you, and get relentless about radiating your power, living in your power. The thing about self-sabotage is, while we use it as a mechanism to control our external environment and also control and be able to forecast comfortably what we're going to feel in our environment internally, it is doing us no benefit. And I know that we know that, but a lot of times knowing isn't enough, and it's really about belief. Believing it. Belief is what activates our action. When we believe we're not good at something, a lot of times we won't do it. We stop. When we believe that this is going to bring us benefit, then we will usually lean into that endeavor. What do you believe about what your behaviors are showing? When we look at self-sabotage from a yogic lens or an energetic perspective, I find that we do this because there's a blockage or imbalance in our sacral chakra energy system, which that's going to be located right below the belly button. What we harness in that space of our body is our creativity, our expression, and also our ability to surrender. Creativity isn't something that's really controlled. It's a fluid experience. And while we think about creativity as artistic or, dance or musical or all these things, creativity is also problem solving and trusting and knowing that we are capable of navigating through a difficult course creatively. That we don't need to have everything in place, that we don't need to know the end result in order to make it great. I identify self-sabotage as a system or process of behavioral patterns that cause long-term and short-term self-destruction. We don't want that in our life. We absolutely don't want that. And while we're, as a collective, focusing more on self-development, cutting off and pruning relationships that are not fortifying our life, that includes ourself. We've got to take a look in the mirror and notice what we are doing to hinder our own goodness. So I'm going to give you a little bit of homework today. First, I want you to visualize yourself at your highest possible being. So, when you think about yourself, if you were able to accomplish every dream that was possible for your life, if you were able to experience just the pinnacle, the climax of who you came to be, who you embodied in this lifetime, what does that person look like? What do they wear? How do they spend their time? Who are they spending their time with? What are the projects that are important to them? How are they serving the world? and how are they serving themselves? Write that down, get your journal out, get a piece of paper, write those things down so that you can get crystal clear on your vision for you. Where do you spend your time? Where do you live? What color is your favorite? How do you speak? What is your posture? All of these things matter. The intricacies of who you are matter because they lay out the blueprint. They create the architectural framework of your behaviors, of your disposition, of your mood, of the way that your thoughts interact with your mind and your body and your actions. So getting really clear on what that is it's the most important thing that you could do. Once we have an idea of where we're going, then we can get laser focused in and execute the mission. But if we don't know, then we're just lost in the woods. And we're gonna make circles and circles and circles around, and we're gonna get familiar with that experience of unknowing. And we're gonna get familiar with that experience of being displaced from our soul and what our purpose and mission is in this life and not being fulfilled. And so then that's when we go and we look to alcohol, we look for partying, and we look for all of these external areas of satisfaction that don't fill our cup long term. Like not even a little bit of a long term. They're very short term experiences of satisfaction. And that's going to keep us coming back for more and just delay our process of finding that true internal gratitude and peace in our heart where we feel nourished, where we feel complete in our being. Number 2, we've got a lot of writing for our homework today. I want you to write yourself an apology letter for any of the things that you've done that have delayed your success, that the negative thoughts maybe that you've thought about yourself, the ways that you've self-sabotaged in the past, and the people who have maybe said things that you believe that you shouldn't have because maybe they're being haters or whatever it is. I want you to forgive and apologize to yourself for those things. Wash that away, let that go, and allow yourself to have some closure emotionally, spiritually, mentally about what didn't work out and what didn't go well in the past so that you have strong, stable ground to move forward with. Number 3, I want you to move your body while listening to positive media. That could look like doing a yoga class that has a positive message. That could be doing a super hard, circuit training workout or taking a walk and listening to positive affirmations. It could be a combination of anything, boxing, whatever it is that you want to do, however you're going to move your body. But while you're doing that and you're enduring this physical challenge and physical discomfort, then you're going to pair that with listening to things that invest. You can also do this if maybe movement isn't in your wheelhouse right now. You have an injury or just other stuff going on. Or if you just want to do something that's a bit different, take a cold shower. Take a cold shower, maybe like if you can do it for 30 seconds, like at the end of a warm shower, or you take a 2-minute cold shower and then listen to your positive media there. So again, podcasts, affirmations, motivational speeches, talks, what have you. But allow yourself to be in discomfort. Because the thing is, if you've been living in a life that hasn't offered you satisfaction, it will feel different. It will feel unfamiliar. It will feel uncomfortable to start behaving in a way that edifies who you're meant to be and edifies the actions that you want to have in order to be this highest possible self that you desire, that you're meant to desire, that you deserve to desire. So find a way to get physically, somatically uncomfortable. Cold showers, workouts, movement that's going to challenge you, that's going to push you a little bit to your edge, and I want you to listen to something positive. A combination of these homework assignments, writing the letter of apology, figure out and visualizing your highest self, and then matching discomfort with motivation is going to allow you to really build a strong foundation to propel you forward and to live in your light and to stop self-sabotaging. It's going to nip it in the bud. So I hope that those tips are helpful for you today. I'm sending you so much love, light, and joy, and let's all get committed to really releasing self-sabotage. It's not here for our benefit and benevolence, so let's let it go and move forward and live in our light. So much love and light. Bye.